So this is a case that is very important to me for two reasons. One reason is that it is during that time that I just started uh, seeing patients, and I just passed from the college, and I was seeing patients at my house, and this girl around 15 years came, and she had redness in her right eye, mostly around canthi. You can see it in the photo, and there was also a small sty, and the eye was severely red. You can see it in the photographs, and the allopath diagnosed it as allergic conjunctivitis, and he prescribed some eye drops, some NSAID containing drops, and told that it will take around a week or 10 days to get resolved. But the patient didn't have uh, relief from taking all those drops, medicines. Also, there was fever around 100.5 to 101, especially in the evening time. And what was interesting, that even though it has so much redness, but there was no uh, pain or burning, and the discharge lacrimation was not acrid or profuse. Even it was just bland discharge, and it was even not uh, the lacrimation was not so profuse. It was just the eyes was watery. So initially I prescribed, of course, Euphrasia. Just the first remedy that came into my mind, I prescribed. Because of lack of my knowledge and experience, the eyes only see that much, as much as our brain knows, or our it depends upon our learning, how much we have learned, that much only our eyes can see. So I prescribed Euphrasia, and of course it didn't give any relief. And in the evening, the patient again came, and there was no improvement. There was fever also. Then I prescribed belladonna, even though there was no pain or throbbing sensation like that. But because there was so much redness, I thought belladonna could be the remedy. Then the patient again came next morning, and there was no relief. And you can see the photo taken next day in the morning. And then I thought that whatever I am prescribing, there's nothing characteristic that I could find out. So I was just giving remedies based on the assumption. So what happened was, the next day in the morning, that the left eye also started becoming red, slightly red. So I asked that about fever, that when does the fever come in the evening, is there any timings? And the patient immediately told, yes, around 3-4 p.m. in the evening, and the fever runs up to around 8 p.m. in the evening. And then I took some rubrics. One was eye canthi inner, because the inner portion of the canthi eye was affected, eyes redness, and these both rubrics are big rubrics, general rubrics. Then I took fever, heat, afternoon, 4 p.m. about 8 p.m. until. And then in the Boger general analysis, I took right to left because the complaints were going from right side to the left side. And only one remedy, of course, only one remedy came, and that was lycopodium. So in the morning, I prescribed lycopodium, just a single dose of 30 potency. And in the evening, I saw the patient again in the evening. This photo is taken around, I believe, 8:30 p.m. in the evening, and you can see. And I asked about the fever, and there was no fever that afternoon in the evening. I prescribed the medicine around, I believe, around 12 p.m. 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. around, something like that, and there was no fever that day, and the redness was almost completely gone, and the next day patient was better. So lycopodium did the trick that other remedies failed. Not the remedies failed, actually it was I who was failing. So what this case taught, and that was the second point I was going to make, is that it taught me the importance of totality. How important it is to give significance to totality in any case, whether it is acute or chronic. You can see in aphorism 7 what Hahnemann's write is that a very important line: the totality of its symptoms, of this outwardly reflected picture of the internal essence of the disease, that is, of all the affection of the vital force, must be the principal or the sole means whereby the disease make known what remedy it requires, the only thing that can determine the choice of the most appropriate remedy, and thus, in a word, the totality. So the deranged vital force, it expresses itself. The diseased vital force expresses itself in the form of symptoms, and we have to consider the whole totality. Try to find out what is character, what is peculiar in the case, and then only it will be the perfect simillimum. Not the perfect, actually it will be the simillimum. So I hope I was able to make my point through this very small case. It was after 4 years or so when I look back at this case. It was not a very remarkable or outstanding case, but it was a very short case, but it taught me very important lesson of totality, giving importance to totality in any case. So in the future, maybe I will share some of other cases as well that were kind of very important to me and taught me some important lessons regarding materia medica and repertory and organon. Till next time, stay safe and thanks a lot.